Hello everyone, Dustin Zen with Creating the Difference. We're back with a brand new bowling ball review. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a battle. We got the Zen U. And also on the rack, I have a purple hammer. So we're mainly going to be focusing on the Zen U today, but we're also going to go ahead and throw some shots with the purple, just to see, the difference between these two. The purple has been, the ball for a lot of the tour guys that can throw it. So we're going to see how this ball stacks up. So I'm really just going to make a guess on where I need to be. My thought is this is the very first shot with this bowling ball, so it's going to hook really early. So we're just going to make this shot just to get some dust off of this ball. Actually, not that bad. So the Zen U has the Meditate LD core. It has the S35 urethane solid cover stock. And the core numbers on this ball are 256 and 027 for the diff. All right, well, get lined up off of that. This bowling ball is laid out 60 by 4 3/4 by 30 degrees, which is our standard layout for the ball reviews. I think I can get a little further left off of that, actually, if I throw it the same. Yeah, a little too steep. So with a urethane ball, a true urethane ball, it's going to be important to, keep your angles pretty square in the front part of the lane most of the time. Of course, if you're two-handed or your rev rate's over 500, then that's probably a little different story. But I'm going to go ahead and move back to the right and play pretty square. Good shot. Real good shot. I'm going to go ahead and make one more shot with the Zen U, and then I'll throw some shots with the purple. When I started, both of these balls were at the same surface, which this Zen U comes out of the box at 1,000 grit, but I scanned it and it was 500. So this purple is at 500 as well. So I'll be pretty square again here. It's pretty good shape. It's got that urethane type shape for sure. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the Zen U on the rack. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna see if the oil absorbs. That will tell us a lot about that bowling ball. But anyways, I have a purple hammer in my hands right now. So we're gonna see the difference between these two. Okay, first shot, we're not going to get a read off of that. So once it comes back, we'll wipe it off and we'll start to be able to get a read. I'm going to try to make the same shot as I did with the Zen U for the right, and we can get a read off the difference between these two. That's way right. All right, well, we'll make another shot. Another shot from further right with the purple. See the difference between these two. There we go, it's closer. All right, so for me, the purple looks to be like it's earlier, which makes sense because it is true urethane. Not saying that the Zen U is not a good piece. It does have that urethane type shape, really round on the back end for sure. So if you remember, I did move left with the Zen U, and I believe I 2-4-10'd, or at least a 2-4 combination. So I'm gonna move to the left and see what that does here with the purple. Yeah, same deal, same deal. All right, we're gonna make one more shot with the purple. I'm gonna move back to the right a little bit, and that will be it for the purple, for now at least. Urethane flat 10. All right, so you can see with the Zen U, this is leaving the oil on there for about 5 shots. Since the bowling ball came back, it has been sitting on the rack while I was throwing the purple. And you can see that it's absorbing. It's just very, very slow. So it's going to absorb oil, which we'll be able to see the difference between a reactive urethane ball, quote urethane ball, and then a traditional urethane ball. So the oil on this ball is going to sit there. That we can come back tomorrow and that oil will still be there. If we come back tomorrow on this ball, that oil is going to be gone. It is not going to sit there. So just to give you a little difference between those two. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the Zen U now. Keep throwing shots. Right up 10 with the Zen U looked pretty good. So I will try to move further right. I think it's gonna be too early, but we'll try it. Yeah, there's a lot of friction to the right. A lot of friction to the right. So we are bowling on the house shot here at the EC, which is Wall Street version 2. So there is free friction to the right. So the move off of that is I'm going to just open up the launch angle a little bit, see if I can get it to the right and it recovers. I think if it's further to the right, it strikes. Okay, so that one, the launch angle was definitely more open. I think I can open it up just a little bit more, get it to the right, and I think we're in the pocket. There we go. Much better. So I do think that a ball like the Zen U is going to be really good for the lower rev players that a purple hammer may not necessarily look good for. The 200 to 300 rev rate, the lower ball speeds. I think this is a piece to definitely consider. I personally prefer the purple hammer. That is just me and the 10 shots that I've thrown with the Zen U. I know what the purple does. I like the shape of the purple. The Zen U really reminds me of a earlier reactive ball that's lazy down lane. It's not as early as the purple. But that's just me. That is by no means saying the Zen U is not something I would recommend to people. I would absolutely recommend this ball to somebody that, like I said, is a lower rev player and is looking for that urethane shape. So I'm gonna take advantage of the Zen U. I'm gonna move further right and just throw it slower. Further left, I should say. All right, there we go. So one thing that we can do with this ball, we'll just do a little test. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep moving left. I'm gonna see how deep I can get. Obviously, I'm gonna be tricking it a little bit. Slower ball speed, more axis rotation, but we'll see what happens. Well, it's a good shot. All right, with that one, it was a little in. I didn't get it to the friction. So we'll go ahead and try that again. I think this is as far left as we're gonna get. So further right, yep, that's about the limit. Okay, so let's do a little comparison. I got the purple in my hand. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna be further left and see what it does. flat 10. So if you take a real close look at those two shapes, visually to me, the purple is earlier, which makes total sense. Yeah, the purple just can't get there. It just can't get there. For me, in my thoughts, if you want to get further left and you're right-handed with a urethane ball, the Zen U is the way to go. If you're bowling on something harder, the purple, I take that back. If you're bowling on something that is harder and you need it to hook earlier, the purple is the way to go. Like I said, I believe the Zen U is going to be more of the reactive type because it absorbs oil. So, enough talk. Let's move back to the right and play where we would actually play with this ball. All right, so we got the lights off. Make a couple shots further to the right where we actually would play with this ball. See what it would do. Nine pin, nice. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to repeat that shot with the purple. Further right, yeah, further right. All right, we're gonna try that again with the purple. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you could tell like those shots were thrown the same. Visually, in my eyes, those two shots were thrown the same. That's a little further to the left than I would prefer to throw a urethane ball, but you know, if the conditions call for it, then we'll do it. But judging by those two shots, you can see that the Zen U is more of a pick up and keep going. I 9-pinned on the shot with the Zen U, but the shot with the purple was more of a hook and stop. Kind of go, not go forward, but not keep going like the Zen U does. So again, it kind of goes back to, you know, what type of player you are in terms of throwing this ball here, the Zen U, which is what I'm going to throw now. I'm going to move further left as well. Yeah, it's just super strong. Okay. Final shots with the Zen U, and I'll give you my final thoughts as well. A lot more forward with the hand on that one. All right, the Zen U. I think this bowling ball is going to be something that a lot of the tour guys, a lot of the SPI tour guys are going to have. Now, does it rival the pitch black? I'm not sure. To me, it looks like the Zen U is going to be more overall hook, which could definitely be advantageous to those guys on tour. But if I'm looking to recommend a bowling ball for, you know, the average consumer, it really depends on your player specs. If your rev rate is over 400, probably going to be a purple hammer. It's just under 400, 350, 300. It's probably going to be a Zen U. Stronger overall. It still has that shape, but with the lower rev rate, it's still going to hook like you want it to. If you're interested in getting the Zen U, you can get it on ccdbowling.com. If you're a member of our staff, you can get this bowling ball at a discount. I am Dustin Zahner with Creating the Difference. Have a great day.